you ever seen a small baby when it's born? You were all there, or should we say we were all there once upon a time. You see the baby, how much it's in need of assistance. It is totally dependent on other people. And this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates a person. Why? Because He wants him to remember his origins. He can't turn by himself. He wets his nappy, he does number 2 in his nappy, and he can't clean himself until his mother comes and takes that nappy off. He wants to drink, he's hungry, and he can't move or drink until his mother feeds him. And then after a while, that same little baby becomes older and older, and then he starts thinking that he's something special. And then he forgets his origins, and he starts to think that he is it. He is the man. Forgetting his origins, and the older that he gets, the more independent that he regards himself. And when he starts going to the gym and pumping some iron, and he starts taking horse growth hormones, so he bloats, then after a while he thinks that he is something really special. And come summer day like this, you won't find him in here, illa mashallah, he's on the street with his t-shirt on. And then a time comes that that very same person becomes old, and he becomes bent back if he reaches that age, and he walks with a stick, and when he wakes up in the morning, all his bones hurt. All those bones hurt. And then a time comes that he becomes ill, sick, and he can't move without assistance again. Why? Because Allah made him dependent, then Allah made him independent, and then an age came that Allah made him dependent again. And then he lies upon his bed and he can't move, and Malik al-Maut is sitting upon his head, and it is waiting to take out his ruh, his soul. It's waiting. He sees it, nobody around him sees it, and he sees the reality. You know, the other day I was speaking to somebody who was really seriously ill. I went to meet them in hospital, and they thought they were going to pass away, but alhamdulillah, Allah gave him recovery. And you know what he said to me? He goes, Maulana, it's not easy dying. It's not easy to die. But the reality is that everybody here, me, you, and the millions who came before us, came and they left this dunya. If you go into the graveyard, and this is why the Prophet ﷺ said that you should go to the graveyard and you should visit the graveyard, because it reminds you of death. Look at the tombstones. It will say 1835, 1825. It shows that these people spent more time in the grave, under the earth than upon it. And then a time comes, he's lying in his bed, and he sees Malik al-Maut. And if Allah gives him, if he's been a good person in his life, Allah gives him the tawfiq to recite the kalima. And if not, then he leaves this dunya. And that very same person, now they give him a bath. He can't bathe himself anymore. They give him a bath. And the water shouldn't be too hot, or nor should it be too cold, because he feels it. And then that person, imagine it, because it's going to happen to every single one of us. But sometimes we get so deluded with this dunya, we forget. A time comes, they dig a ditch 6 feet deep, and they put you in it, and then they put the sand over you, and you are all by yourself. Imagine it. Because as I said, it's going to happen to every single person. And then the only thing which will remain with you in that grave is your good actions. The only thing. Your muscles, your money, your car, your house, your friends, your children, everything will remain behind. And the Prophet ﷺ said, only one thing will remain with him, and that is his good actions.